Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm filming on location here. So what I'm gonna do before my co-star does her thing is just let you know that we are here to discuss something that very few people discuss, and that is year 2 of the Platinum card. It's normally a lot of fun in year 1 with that big juicy sub and using all the credits for the first time, but what kind of value can people get in the second year? So, like I said, I'll let her do her thing and we'll get right into it.
Welcome back to my dad's channel. If you're new here, make sure to click that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to share.
So it's no secret, I've been a fan of the Platinum card for a while, especially since I've gotten it and I've actually put it to incredible use. Now, I did my year 1 with the Platinum card and I showed that I actually got enough value for it to pay for itself for years into the future. But what about year 2? Everybody gets great views on year 1 reviews. Everybody. YouTube algorithm loves it. A lot of people want to see after that first year what happens. But what happens when you really have to live with this card? Now there's no 100,000 points, 125,000, 150,000 points. Now it's all about you optimizing a tool and making it work. So I am here to answer that question for my situation, so let's get into it. So first things first, how much does it cost for me to hold this card? Now, I don't pay the standard $6.95 that most other people pay because I actually have my wife as an authorized user, and because the authorized user cards were increased in price from $175 for the first 3 cards to $195 per card, I now pay $890 per year just to hold both of our Platinum cards. So now starting out at negative $890, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. Then we'll talk about more complicated and nuanced ways that I redeem value from this card. So the very first thing is I redeem the full $200 credit from the FHR credit that is included with the card. And I used it to stay at the Hotel 1000 in Seattle. And frankly, it was put to great use. That hotel was amazing. We had a great time in Seattle. Now, really and truly, sometimes I feel like when you consider the FHR credit, because of all the extras that come with it, I kind of think it's a bit of a slight just to value at the face value of $200. But what I like to do is be conservative because I want to keep things nice and equal for all people using the card. To be honest with you, I actually got way more value out of that because they let me use my diamond status, plus the $100 meal credit, plus just the other amenities that they gave me, and the free room upgrade to the Corner King Suite. I could easily value that over $200, but I'm gonna stay with the standard $200, but I just want you guys to know that the FHR credit can be a powerful credit if employed with intention. Now, another credit that actually kind of gets trampled on, but I used fully, was the $155 Walmart Plus membership. Now, I've said this before in numerous videos. I travel for work and there are times when I have to send groceries. You just can't get out with the little ones, and it's great to conveniently have groceries delivered to the house. So the wife and I put this to great use. As a matter of fact, there are actually so little mobile stations around us, we don't even use the gas benefit. We take advantage of Paramount TV and also all of the free deliveries that we've gotten, because now we don't have to pay delivery fees, and it has saved us a lot of headache and a lot of time and a lot of sweat equity just to keep food in the house and things that the kids need. So this credit was actually maximized to its full value. And in addition to that, a lot of people don't know, they put a face value of $155, but they actually credit this monthly charge that you will apply your Platinum card to, plus any applicable sales tax. So depending on where you live, it can actually be more than that. Now, as far as the $200 airline credit, what I did was I employed a strategy that I suggested. Because I had status with Delta, I decided to use another airline since I got so many free checked bags and so on and so forth with Delta. I actually applied it to American because sometimes I alternatively take American Airlines trips to travel, and I know they always charge for bags, and I had no status to speak of. So I was actually able, over the last year, to use $140 of that credit. Now, mind you, I did not purposely leave any money on the table because we all know how I feel about leaving money on the table. Give me that. But I just simply didn't fly American enough to employ the full credit. So that's 140 out of the possible 200. Now, because I have a wife that is a huge Disney fan, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I have kids who love watching TV, the $240 entertainment credit was fully used throughout the whole year, no questions asked. Everybody enjoys it, everybody loves it. That was an easy get for this card. And another easy one, the $200 in Uber credits. I've made countless videos about how I maximize my points by buying food at the office, and working in Uber with that is a no-brainer. In addition to that, I also have the Gold card and the Saver one, which gives me Uber One membership, which is complimentary, which nixes delivery charges if I have to get things delivered. In addition to that, when I travel, like when we went to Vegas, we almost exclusively take Ubers everywhere. So this is just it. I don't care if it's monthly, the 200 goes to good use every single year, and last year was no exception. Now, for something that is going to be controversial for people, let's get into the Clear credit. Now, I use Clear, I have Clear, $189 credit, paid for with the Platinum card. I am actually going to value that at 0. Now, I know there are avid proponents of Clear. At one point, I liked it. I went places from LA to JFK to Seattle, and the Clear credit was trash. And as my man Sledge would say, well, it was trash, 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 trash. Every single time my wife had TSA pre-check, she beat me through security. Every single time. I think the Clear credit worked for me once, and that was in Cleveland. No, not, yeah, it was either Cleveland or Columbus, one of those two airports. I remember it was in Ohio. But other than that, at major airports, LaGuardia, JFK, SeaTac, every single time I tried to use it, I literally got beat by my wife going through regular pre-check, LAX. I thought it would be better at busier airports. Maybe that's just on me, but I can tell you that last year, for me, with Clear, it was literally almost of no value to me. So even though I successfully used the credit, I'm gonna count that as a big goose egg. Now, another commonly unused credit on the Platinum card that I actually make use of is a $300 Equinox credit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I saw myself on that video with Richie. Yeah, it doesn't look like I use it, but I've been in the gym, I've been doing better, but I actually use the curated workouts because I go to the gym after work anyway. So doing that was an easy way to get 300 MR points. And then in addition to that, they pay you right back. So it's a yearly membership to Equinox Plus that is based on your phone, and you can actually use the workouts in order to coach yourself through while you're at your regular gym. You don't actually have to go to a brick and mortar Equinox. And I think the closest Equinox to me is in Aventura Mall in Miami, which is like almost 2 hours away. So yeah, that's gonna be a no bueno for me anyway. But yeah, that's an easy 300, and I value it at full value. Now, another thing that's a little hard to place value on, but I find extremely valuable, is a lounge access. I've been to the beautiful Delta Sky Club in LaGuardia on multiple occasions. I've been to the beautifully redesigned Seattle Tacoma Centurion Lounge, and I'll put some footage in for that because I was supposed to do a video on it. But either way, you're gonna see the inside of that. I've been to the Charlotte Airport Centurion, Las Vegas, the LA redesigned Delta Sky Club. This card has granted me so much access to so many lounges, the drinks and the food. At this point now, I'm not even gonna bother to put a value on it. I just wanna let you know the value is there. So as we come to a close, we got our last two things, and they involve points. I actually got a retention offer on this card for 30,000 points when I called last year, January, in order to employ it. And I had to spend $2,000 to get 30,000 points. I successfully did that. So now how do you assign a value to that? There's no secret if you go back through video of mine that I value MR points around 6 cents per point because I do some crazy redemptions with them, but I also account for the aggregate as well. So at 6 cents per point, those 30,000 points are $1,800 worth of travel. And if you know me and you know how I move, you know I'm gonna stretch that as far as I possibly can. So now for my spend. I don't really spend on the Platinum card very much. It's my dedicated travel card. I use all the ancillary credits, which are extremely useful. But I was able to look back through my spending, and now, disclaimer, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was supposed to make this video 2 months ago, but if you've been with the channel, you know I've been traveling here, there, and everywhere, so my bad. But I was able to go back to my spending reports month by month on my Platinum card, and starting at March, all the way to the end of the year, I earned 13,560 MR points by spend. I did not include the Rakuten points that fell into the till, because even though they're associated with my Platinum card, I can't tell you if I used a Platinum card there. So like I said, in the air of being conservative and keeping things as sterile as possible, I did not include those. So now that 13,560 points is equivalent to about $814 with my 6 cent per point valuation. Now, with all of those things being considered, I come out to a grand total of value that I've gotten in year 2, which is actually drastically lower than year 1, but it's still pretty respectable, at $3,849 by my calculations. Now, with all of that value, minus my annual fee, that gives me a net profit of $2,959. Now, that is the kind of value that I've gleaned in year 2. Now, if you go back and watch the year 1 video, which I can link here, you'll understand that it's literally almost a quarter of the value, but still, it is value nonetheless. And with $890 going out and a profit of $29.59 coming in, I still did well. So now this goes to show that even in cases where the card can be applied appropriately, it still doesn't put me in the echelon of people that the card is really made for. But because I'm able to effortlessly find value in it, because it's tied into my regular life in any case, and I've found use cases for it, then the card gets to stay. And especially this year, I did not call for retention because, American Express gets real touchy with that kind of stuff. But I just want to share this with you. Year 2 with the Platinum card has been yet another success. So now I'm going to do my pointy thing here because, you see the beautiful decorations here and, the whole hotel vibe. But I just want you to check out these videos. And until next time, I'll see you later.